There we go. We're live. It worked. We got that going.
Hey,
everybody.
Hi.
All right.
Hey, everyone.
Let me just start off. Gareth, sorry, dude. Something got. The reason why I got Nightbot going right now is a friend of mine, a coworker. His parents were killed down in Florida. They were murdered. And there was a GoFundMe set up by one of my other coworkers to help pay for funeral expenses. So that's why I got Nightbot going. Basically, what I want to do right now, I don't have much, but I'm working on a few things. Basically, every $5 you want to donate to that link, same deal as before. Send it to daytimefrank@gmail.com, and I'm going to throw you in a randomizer and whatever I can get from. I got a couple of people that are going to throw some stuff, and I'm going to throw some juice out there, and just a little something to just try to help out. That's all. I mean, nothing crazy, nothing like St. Jude's or anything. Just a little something just to try to help out a friend. So that's basically why Nightbot's out there. I fixed all the other shit with Nightbot, so we should be good now. So on another note, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week?
Good.
Good.
Snowy and bright. We have lots. I think we have all the snow.
Yeah,
and
we got the icy
snow.
Oh, I have no snow and no ice, but I did have some rain.
Yeah, well, if you get snow and ice down there, it's all over. They just shut everything down because cars magically just explode once they hit it.
We shut down. We just stay in bed. We don't do anything.
No.
Everything's closed. Yeah.
I wanted to. That's why I don't have no makeup on today, and I'm slumming. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, you can get by with that. You just have that natural beauty.
You do. She does.
Well, I wish I could see it. Thank you, though.
Let me give some shout outs to the chat. We got James Rivera out there. What's up, Buick? Sin's out there. What's going on, Stan? Raven Shadow. The Fog vlog is back. They're back doing their good stuff again now that their holiday is over with. Diesel's out there. What's up, brother? Hippie Vapes. Congrats to Auburn. Watching Alabama lose the national championship. That's a big deal. That's better than the Rams beating the Cowboys yesterday. Oh, Vaping Truckers out there. Lando. Give you some eye contact, dude. Michael Morris. Tam's in the chat. Sub Vapes. Say Gareth, I shouted out and apologized. Aaron Arant's out there. What's going on, Aaron? Joey's out there. Hip of the Ray. Hip of the Ray. Say Steele's in the chat. Jeff Lawson. Alan Gorby. Man, a lot of people hanging out today. I guess the weather's shitty, so you might as well just hang out with us for an hour or so and just shoot the shit. Core Vape's out there. What's up, brother? Danae out there. Yeah, Vaping Truckers out there, Mike. Hopefully you're safe and not fucking around in this weather too bad. Well, he's professional though. He's the real Vaping Trucker. I'm just I'm the fake one. So.
George Clooney. You're the George Clooney of the trucking industry.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
The face of trucking.
Yeah, you're the calendar boy.
Oh, here we go. I gotta get these boots out. Oh, I see DIY is life out there. It's Taurus. What's going on, brother?
Oh,
Lando. Well, Lando.
Raven.
I was told by my therapist, Lando, that you can't hurt me. So. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't even mention it to get Nightbot to pull up the thing James Rivera is doing. Just hit ! Todd. I have it lowercase. I don't know if it works in caps or not, but that'll bring you the link for the fundraiser or for the GoFundMe.
Okay.
All right. So let's see. What's up,
Do
Tam?
I look lost?
Yes, you do. We need to find your way.
I sat my vape down and I don't know where. Oh, it's right. Okay, never mind. It's right here.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is what I do all day.
I've been putting the top side in like the little caddy next to me and in between the seats in the truck, and I got to watch how I put it because it's been like falling over and the fire buttons I guess getting a little bit more sensitive, and I'll start smelling something. I'll look over, I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, you're cooking it.
Yeah, a little bit. I re-wicked it there now, so we're good. We're good for at least a day or two. Since I got a long ass drive to South Texas starting tomorrow morning.
Going to the border.
Yeah, that should be fun. If I don't get murdered by by the cartels, I'll see y'all next week.
Watch out.
Oh, exactly. Because literally my last drop at this Volvo dealership, you have the auto mall at traffic light, Mexico. For real. It's just right there. You got a bridge that goes over to Rio Grande, which I don't know why, because you can walk across the Rio Grande right there and your balls won't even get wet. It's so shallow. I don't even know why I have a bridge. Sonic's out there. It's going on Train Sonic.
Cool.
So today,
are you okay, Mary Beth?
Nope, she's looking like damn earpiece again.
Oh, the ear thingy. Oh, okay.
Sound keeps going in and out.
Yeah.
I have that issue and I have to disable all the other bullshit. And
we need to get her a new headset. I'm gonna work on it with her.
There we go. I think it might just be in the settings.
Oh no, Lando doesn't want eye contact, and
he's gonna stick Mary Beth on me.
No, she's got this earpiece thing. I'm not even sure it's comfortable for her. So
she's too safe. I'm too shy for that unless it's by accident.
Anybody get any new flavors, hardware, cool stuff this week?
I got batteries, and I'm actually have now 2 safe 2700s for Beth to use because I rewrapped them last night and put new insulators in them. Yeah, because she was scary, the other one, so I was just like, oh no.
Oh yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Get home and I look over in the charger and there's one just sizzling. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's not cool.
Well, I went to clean it out. Oh yeah, well, you're not supposed to clean it out like that. So now it's got a good insulator on it. It's rewrapped. It's all nice and pretty.
Right now.
Yeah, you are. You went over your 5 to 10 limit this month.
Yeah, I know I did, right? I went way over my 5 to 10 limit.
Because right now, did Bull City get them yet? The new Wonder flavors? I know Wizard Labs has them. Bull City
has them, and Wizard Lab has them, and the UK and Australia does not have them yet. But I assume they will have them probably within a week or so because it takes a little bit longer to get from Canada to
Yeah, and from what I heard earlier, South Africa doesn't have them yet either. South Africa's never had Wonder flavors. They need to get.
But I just got mine.
Oh, I hope they get them soon.
From Wizard Labs, I got all 22, and they are like so far what I've smelled, and the budget is spent. Yeah, it is. It really is. It's fun. I got the just 10 mils. So whatever I like from that, I'll try to budget next month for whatever bigger size I might need. And so far, I really like the strawberry gummy candy. That is really excellent. Really good.
Everything I've heard about it sounds really good. Yeah, Mike Morris got 3 new wasps and 5 spare top caps. Oh, got them on the way. And Sinan, she bought a refurbished Dell laptop for a veteran this week. That's awesome. That is awesome. Nice. Yeah, Alan Gorby, he just got all his Wonder flavors in his ELR stash for winning the raffle.
Oh, that is cool.
No, someone tell Subaru and Nerd Rapes that I'm live right now. That Freshest Dad can go live in about an hour or so. It just came up. He just went live. Like, dude. But we won't talk about people stepping on toes. That's a story for another show.
Whoever won the layer cake from District 5 in the raffle should have theirs now. It should have arrived because. Yeah, I told it was gone last. Yeah, it should be there.
Yeah, CNY. I'll catch up with him, and I'm sure he'll probably.
Yeah, if you could confirm that he got it, that would make it feel better.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll shoot him an email. Raven Shadow Tester Devon cream and flavor of Vienna cream is absolutely delicious.
Wow.
Putting them together, I wonder if that Devon cream.
Got it. No, I'm sorry. I was just reading the Fog Vlog guy.
You got a puppy.
Got a Wheaten Scottish Terrier puppy. Yeah, and that's expensive getting a new puppy.
Heck yeah.
Very expensive.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Our giant beast was $800 from a breeder.
Show us. Oh, a reaver.
Yeah, ours, was a local breeder. Ellie was $800 a couple Christmases ago. Yeah, the Devon cream with the Vienna cream. I wonder if that Devon cream would probably tone down that Vienna cream a little bit, maybe shorten the steep time of hair. Because I know Vienna cream is just this straight up nail polish remover until it bleeds out. Just leave it open and let it sit for a month.
You just can't go wrong with Devon cream. It's just got a great luscious body. It's
really nice.
It's beautiful. You just can't go wrong with it.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to blend really well with chocolates and probably the darker flavors in general.
Well, I don't know about your bottle, but mine is dark.
Oh yeah, mine's super dark.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the Cupcake World Devon cream that I just got in from Joey, that stuff is really dark. I was surprised.
That's the Devon cream I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one, and the Vape Train one's a little bit lighter.
Vape Train is entirely different. It's got they're two different entire beasts. I don't really know how Vape Train calls it a Devon cream. Honestly, it's not. I don't
see it turned into a thick, delicious milk chocolate cream. Oh, nice.
There's a flavor. I was talking. I was talking to Frank from Wonder Flavors. Yeah, and you know how everybody thought champagne soda was a champagne flavoring, and everybody's like, it's weird. It doesn't. Well, it's not at all. Champagne soda is actually a flavoring inspired from champagne cola. Kola from the Antilles. I don't know how you say that in English, but even in Martinique and Guadeloupe and all that, they have it, and it's a sugarcane soda. They have a lot of sugarcane over there, and it's a brown sugarcane soda. It's nothing to do with champagne. So if anybody thought, oh, that thing has the Wonder flavor champagne cola, and thought that's a champagne like TPA champagne or something, nope. Nope.
Wild.
Wrong flavoring.
Somebody told me that a while back too, because I was saying, I was like, this doesn't. No.
Yeah, I know Fresh was talking about it last week, because we did a Wonder Flavor show last Saturday, and everybody's like, oh, that champagne soda is so strange. It's not bad, but it's not champagne at all. And I was like,
yeah. Mike Morris has the right of it. I agree with you, Mike. It's closer to like a cream soda almost.
Yeah, it's a sugarcane soda.
Yeah.
That creaming soda from Vape Train, is it similar to that?
Too. Yeah, Sin says the creaming soda. That's very good too. It makes for a nice kind of creamy soda base. It does.
Nice.
I really need to get some Vape Train stuff in. Really.
We'll get you squared away, see. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
I got more flavor orders into this week than I want to admit.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie.
What did you get?
I went down the Mullenberry lane.
Oh, I need to get some. I need to get all of those things.
Yeah, I need all the flavors.
I need the Pokemon.
Yeah, the Pokemon. Got to catch them all.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Well, James, I haven't tried it yet, so I couldn't tell you if it tastes like baby powder or not.
What is it?
That's what James says from the champagne cola. He gets soda. He gets baby powder or something like that.
I can't say I get that, but I think Fresh did too.
I don't have flavor.
I don't get that. So.
I don't have that one.
Fresh was like, it's a strange thing. It's Fresh, but I think he was trying to reconcile the idea of, reconcile the idea of champagne with what he was having. So of course that would be weird. Yes. But I wouldn't. If when I tell him what it is, I want to know what he's gonna be like. Oh yeah, or something, But if James is right, I hope you're not, James, or I hope it's just for you, because baby powder tastes good.
Said to ask Ren because she's had it.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing Rin say something about that baby powder note that she was getting from it as well.
Oh, that would be sad.
Out there in the chat, V-Dog, what's up, V-Dog?
Hey, Ian, how are you doing, buddy? I think Ian got the bonsai mech kit.
Hey, Ian.
Ooh.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I got this. I got a Kylan V2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not as much as I was hoping for.
No?
No.
That's the bottom airflow one, right? Or is that top?
Yeah, it's bottom airflow, but it's so much airflow that I pretty much I close it 2/3 of the way, if not 3/4 of the way, to to get something out of it. It's big, bulky. The flavor is not. I mean, I don't know why everybody's going on about it, because honestly, the flavor is. I mean, it's not bad, but it's
I got the Gear RTA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's good. I mean, basically, I don't know if you guys remember the old Serpent Minis, like the Tofu Serpent Mini, which is single coil, airflow came up the bottom, short little stubby tank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked it. It was a great RTA, but this is basically the same thing. I mean, for all intensive purposes, it's a short stubby tank, single coil, airflow underneath.
So it doesn't leak the fog vlog. It doesn't. I've got 2-3 millimeters in there, and as you can see, they're pretty long and big and beefy. Don't wick it too much, because if you put too much wick in there, you're gonna dry it. But
it's gonna choke it off.
It's very finicky. Like you want your wick to be really tight in the middle of your coil, but you want to really thin it out on the sides here.
Yeah.
As you can see here. Yeah. See, it's not too much wick. It's really, really not that much. And you want the chamber is really short, but there's way too much airflow on this thing. It's the intake. The intakes are so big. They should cut it in half, and that would be pretty much okay. I mean, it doesn't whistle, whatever you do, which is good, because with a deck like that, and you can, when you take the coils out and you look in the deck, you can actually see, the bottom of the RTA, and it's just, there's nothing separating the two. Like, you would hope there would be like a wall in the middle that separates the two intakes, because that helps, like all of that. But no, it's not. I mean, it's not bad for $35 or 35 euros. I got it on sale for like 25. It's good. You could vape that, no problem. I think the mouthpiece is way too big, so it loses the flavor that it produces, because that chamber is quite domed and it's quite short. But honestly, if you want to get something that's cheap and good and gives you good flavor, go for the Fusun Aqua Reboot. It's better. It's better than this. This is, it doesn't leak, which is good, because my first kind leaked like there was no tomorrow. So I was glad about that. But yeah, it's not. I vaped it for like the whole weekend, and I'm not loving it.
Oh, I see. Mary Beth's adopted son's out there, the sexiest vape model in the whole country of Australia. What's going on, Benjamin?
That ain't my boy. That's Tammy.
My boy.
That's Tama's boy. That's Tama's son.
My bad. It's been like over a month since I've seen Ben Young. I forget shit.
I know. It's all right.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Tony Berry's out there. Core Vape. What's going on? Yeah, Raven Shadow was asking about cocoa powder. What would be
cocoa powder?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I didn't see that. I thought she was asking about cola. Did I miss it?
Cocoa. Close. LC. Close enough.
Oh, I completely misread that. Jungle Flavors has
her brother. Cocoa.
Jungle Flavors has a cocoa that's actually really good. I would strongly, if you really want cocoa powder, that's what that is. It's cocoa powder.
Oh, okay. Oh, bonjour there, Pippa.
Hey, Pippa. Bonjour.
Big horse to Pippa. She had a great show last night.
She said we were beautiful people.
Okay,
so
are we ready to talk? Are we ready to talk puddings?
Pudding?
Yeah.
Pudding?
Sure.
Let's get in this pudding. Let's get pudding in this pudding.
Pudding. Pudding pie. My little pudding.
In the south, we say pudding.
Pudding.
That's right. We say pudding. I got myself some pudding.
I think Bill Cosby used to say pudding too.
Oh, let's not go there.
Pudding where he didn't belong.
Get into Bill Cosby. Let's not get into that.
No, I didn't bring any pills with me. We shouldn't.
You didn't bring what?
She didn't bring any
Courtney, I'm with you, honey. I heard you. I'm with you, girl. 100%. All right.
Yeah.
So I went about trying to make pudding without custard or pudding. So that was quite an interesting expedition
Yeah, the heifer.
that heifer. Hey man, I didn't put hay in my pudding.
I know, it looks really good.
We didn't do that.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna put up. You did good. You did. Thank you, Tammy. I'm gonna put mine up here. All right. Let's just zoom this up a little bit so we can see it a little better. All right. So I did a strawberry pudding and cookie kind of mix thing, and called it Sunday at Grandma's because it's kind of like that homemade pudding parfait layered thing that you kind of get as from your family meals, And so with this, what I'm getting is a very sweet, bright strawberry on the inhale. You get a nice creamy body. On the end, you get some of that sweet cookie buttery notes. Now, avocado cream by VT, I don't know if anybody has tried that, but it's got like a nice thick creamy body. It doesn't have an avocado note really. I mean, it's not like avocado really has a distinct flavor on its own, but it does have a slight banana note, which kind of works in here really well.
Exactly.
For the cookie, I used the Inawera biscuit. I had tried it with the Purium Nilla wafer, Nilla cream, or Nilla and milk is what it is. And that's really more creamy, milky than it is any cookie note. I mean, it is there, but it's not enough.
It is. There's not a lot of cookie there.
Yeah. And so Inawera biscuit just kind of held up and works in here. Cake batter has sort of that back note of an animal cookie almost. Like there is that sort of coconut cookie on the back.
Okay.
Kind of catch. And it also just helps with the body because this is going to need a little support because I'm not using a custard or that sort of element in here, and I didn't use Flavora pudding or FA Juicy Strawberry is a nice bright strawberry that just holds up, and so I used it, but I used a little bit of FA Fuji apple to kind of sit on top so that it doesn't get sucked into the creams. It kind of pops up a little bit so that you get that to stand out. So the FA Juicy apple was used to create some separation for the fruit and the creams. Milk and honey, I just wanted to add a little dark note for a little base note. So the milk and honey does that. And just to support the overall body, I used sweet cream and sweet coconut because sweet coconut has a lovely body to it. And so also when you look at a lot of creams, you'll have gamma lactone in it, which is a shared molecule with coconut, and it kind of creates that body for you. So yeah, that's kind of what I did. So I used Fuji as just a little accent at 0.75, avocado, and sweet cream as the main creams. So avocado at 3%, sweet cream at 2%. Well, you can read the percents. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I have everything but the cake batter dipped. Of course, the main note,
Flavor-wise, cake batter is kind of useful. I mean, it is a little bit of a coil gunker, but it is useful. I mean, it just kind of works. But it's kind of like vanilla cupcake. Was it Cap?
TFA and Cap both have.
I mean, it's sort of in that genre. It's not really cake. It's more of kind of the sweet frosting component, and it adds body to it. What were you gonna say, Tam, hon?
No, I'm with you. I'm agreeing. I'm
yes,
okay. It's the gooey body. Yeah.
So if I wanted to mix that, if I wanted to sub, I could probably sub out and use the TFA vanilla cupcake.
I think you could. The cookie note, there is definitely a cookie note in Flavor West.
You need to order it.
Which kind of works. So you could, and the cookie note would be a little less prominent, I think, in it. But yeah, you could. It'd still be pretty tasty. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Hey, MB, you want to put your recipe in the chat?
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah, that was one of the flavors I just got this week. So this is the first time I've got.
Oh, cool.
So.
What do you think? What do you think about it?
I like it in the mix I made.
Yeah.
Is that
the Watergate? Is that the water? What was it? The water?
No, the Watergate's the one I made before. The banoffee pudding is what I made.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to make one that I made without any pudding flavorings, and then
Mary Beth, that's private.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it private?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Mary Beth. Like, what an amateur move.
You're
It's
allowed
cute.
one image remove a day.
It's cute.
Okay.
I would do that.
All right, folks.
I've done that before. So
They'd be like, what the? All right. Who wants to go next?
oh, you know what? I got to snatch mine off the ELR. Hold on. At least I made it public.
Has anyone tried Mr. Alfred Pudding's pudding? Has anyone made that mix?
Not yet.
I have.
It's on my list.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
tell us, Courtney.
I've
I have
made
as
both
well.
of them. His banana and his vanilla.
I have. I made his first one. I haven't made the banana one yet.
I asked him to make the banana one for my husband, and I thought he did a really good job. So I got to taste test that one before it was released.
So what do you think?
It's still private. What the hell? Come on, all the flavors.
Is it
lied.
still private?
You're playing with that. I'll go ahead and I'll go.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. It's fine. All right. Basically, what I did here, it was funny. Me and Courtney, we were talking in chat the other day, and we were talking about our recipes for this week. And she'd already came up with an awesome banana one that I can't wait for her to share. And I had an idea for a banana one too, but hers was way better. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put mine on the back burners, save it for another time. So I decided to change gears. I went with, you've probably seen them in the a lot of convenience stores. You'll see them. It's like in a plastic cup, and it'll have like the chocolate pudding on the bottom, and then there'll be a layer of graham cracker separating it, and then you'll have like a vanilla pudding and some whipped cream and stuff on top. That's kind of like what I was trying to emulate here, as a parfait. Yeah, so it's a cheap truck stop parfait, basically I call it.
George Clooney doesn't eat no cheap truck stop pudding.
Bullshit. That's probably why my cholesterol sucks. But yeah, so basically what I did here to make that layer in the middle, that was what I was really wanted to try to get nailed down, because that's like really disseminates and be that nice separation. And after it steeps out, I just finally got around to mixing it this morning, and right now it's okay, but I think it'll get better. The Inawera biscuit, which is I guess you can almost call it old Inawera biscuit now, if they really did reformulate it, because the bottle is about a year old. And the graham cracker clear to create that separation. And then custard premium is pudding. I don't care what anybody says. Custard premium is pudding. It's something there's no egg to it. It's that sweet pudding base. It's it's almost like a vanilla pudding. So I went to use that. And then for the chocolate notes, obviously the chocolate Deutsch and the chocolate mousse, I think, make a nice dense chocolate, basically a chocolate pudding. And then the Devon cream just to add a little bit more body, and they get that chocolate note from the Vape Train Devon cream. Mm-hmm. And then just threw the whipped cream on top, just because I felt like it. Because that's what you see in the top of that cup, some whipped cream. So. I mean, it's a dark flavor. It's something that, if you're looking for something light, this is not the mix for you. But the first attempt I did, I tried to use Liquid Barnes lava cake and a couple other things in the Vape Train pudding base, and it sucked. I threw it away. I dumped it out.
That looks really good, Frank. That actually looks really good. Pippa said that. Pippa's like, that actually looks good. Like, she's shocked.
Well, she probably is, because Pippa always kills my recipe. She thinks I suck as a mixer.
No,
That's not
I'm just all looks and no content.
I mean, just chocolate is so hard to do. I mean, chocolate is so hard to do well.
It is.
I mean, you've got to. I don't know. I don't vape any chocolate, but this looks nice.
It's why I mixed up your what was it by the fire? Cozy by the fire?
Cozy by the fire. Yeah, the cafe. The mocha.
That was the first one I got brave enough to try. Really, that was a chocolate because I don't like fake chocolate, and
me either.
Steep, and that was really good.
I never thought I would like vaping chocolate, but for some reason I've kind of like fallen into it, where it's like I've been doing a lot of mixes with chocolate, and they just seem to work out. I mean, I don't vape them all day. Like I mix a 20 mil of this and probably won't mix it again, but
yeah,
it turned out. I mean, it's not bad. I'll let it steep. And
chocolate Dutch can be a little dry.
I'll put it in the chat.
A little weird, but I think the custard premium would really, and the Devon cream will really help there, and the chocolate will hold up in there. It'll be good. That'll be good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep. Yeah. Very.
Too,
yep.
Yeah, that's what I was looking to use, because I haven't really used Devon cream a lot. I just know it has a chocolate note. I'll get rid of that off the screen.
Oh, see you vape review. The link in chat is Frank's recipe.
Oh, okay. Snatched up for me. All right, cool. Yeah, see you, Vape Review. Nice to meet you, buddy. I think it's the first time I've seen him coming into our chat.
I think so.
Unless he's in under a different name. I'd have to look at the thumbnail.
Okay.
You're up next, Tam?
Yeah, I'll go.
All right, sweetheart.
Yeah, because hers looks good as hell. You know, we'll get figure puddings, dairy notes, heifers, you know, it all works.
I can't wait.
Say it again.
Now.
What?
Put it in the chat, Tam. I want to see it.
I'm going. Hold on.
Cool.
Straw vanilla pudding is what I did. Share. Okay. Why is it not showing up on my thing? Okay, it's okay if it doesn't. Okay. Okay, so straw vanilla pudding. So this is like, think of a banana pudding, but we're not doing bananas. We're doing strawberries.
Okay.
Oh God, I gotta get my mouth. I got two screens going on. I'm so sorry.
Well, yeah, you did say you're upgraded today.
Yeah, my mouse is like, I gotta get it to go to the right screen. Isn't that fun? Okay, so anyway, that's the notes. You can look at that later. Anyway, but that's the inspiration, whatever. Okay, so here's what I did to do this. Okay, so custard premium, as we talked about earlier, is really a great, I mean, overall, when you think about custard premium, it is more like what you think of an American
pudding. Yep.
Pudding.
Hands down.
It's a thick, dense, creamy mouthfeel. Custard premium. So it's just good for that. So I used that, and then to kind of build on to make a straw vanilla pudding, I used beryllium vanilla wafer with milk. And like Mary Beth said earlier, this vanilla wafer is the taste is there, which is a great vanilla wafer taste, but it does not have texture, which really sucks. So I added shortbread cookie, bus, Wonder Flavors, but I did that really low, just to add that little bit of texture. But I guess I could have used a biscuit or something, but I didn't want that extra butter. I just wanted a nice crumbly cookie texture, and that really has it. And so that's kind of the pudding part, if you will. And then for my strawberry, this is the fun part. I used the strawberry gummy candy from the new one from Wonder Flavors, and it is so delicious.
It is so good. They do. Wonder Flavors does candies so well. They really do.
Yeah, it is like and someone described it, and it really is just a juicy, sweet, candy-ish strawberry, and it's gummy. So it kind of adds to that Jello, and it's not. I don't have a Jello in there, but it's still a gelatinous, gelatinous kind of in the pudding for the strawberries. So that adds to that, and just that strawberry flavor is just so amazing. And then the one shot DIY succulent strawberry.
Oh, I love that strawberry.
Yeah, and I did not use that super high.
No, you didn't need to.
No, I didn't want to overpower the other strawberry, but I had that in there to add that authentic strawberry taste that I wanted. Just a little bit of that authentic. And then my favorite, I always have to have a big bottle of this vanilla whipped cream from Capella, because that adds like some extra volume to the pudding, and it's also going to emulsify, and it's going to sweeten all at the same time. So that's my recipe. So questions? I always like to ask that so Mary Beth can drill me.
Ooh, Tammy, I didn't know.
Oh, get a room, ladies.
Oh, you had to go there. That's okay.
I did. You put it out there, Heifer. That's why I love you. You're my Heifer. No, Tammy just puts it right up. She loves it. Just, I'm sorry, that was inappropriate.
Go for it.
All right. No. Okay. I think it's awesome. I think the recipe looked good. My only question is, like, when you vape it, do you get cookie? Is there any, like, can you pick up cookie?
Do you want to pick up cookie?
She's trying to imagine it for you.
The rails are gone.
If I tasted strawberry, I'm sure this thing would be like, I would be addicted to this thing if I could taste strawberry.
That bakery. Okay, I will be quite honest. When I first did it, I was just like, no, this is okay.
Addie's getting in on it. Addie Tooney, what is going on?
Yes, no, I agree. I want to know. That was well put. That was well said. No, I want to know more about your shells. They look awesome too. Those racks, you know.
Okay, so when I first mixed it, I did not add the extra cookie. All right. So no, I tasted no cookie, and I was like, "This really sucks."
Yeah.
I had to go back and redo it and add some extra cookie and kind of boost the strawberry a little bit too, because it was a little lacking. So I went. They're so neat. Okay, so yes, you can taste some cookie. You can get a little bit of cookie.
Yeah, you probably get it like on the back.
You can boost up that
Yeah. Cool. No, I love it. I think it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and hold on, what's my new favorite word? Hold on, I picked it up from Wayne this week. My new favorite word.
Raven Shadow says that you're 50 Shades of Strawberry.
No, imaging.
Imaging.
Yes, imaging, yes.
50 Shades
Dimensions.
The
dimensions of the mix.
Well, yeah, yes. But he said imaging, and it's the multi-dimensional, so it's not 50 Shades of Strawberry.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah, it's not linear. It's very dimensional, and it has imaging, if you will. So yes, I was very particular about that. I was like, oh, this is kind of flat. I used boring words, flat, and I'm like, that's not the right word. So I have to write these little words down. But no, thank you. The only things in my life that is in order and straight and neat is this. And I work on it every day. Those racks are multi-dimensional. Holy shit.
It's her happy place.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway. So, okay. You see my chest is red. Okay, I shouldn't. All right, so anyway. Everything else in my life is a big freaking mess. You should see my desk. That's why I couldn't fund my mod. So anyway, that's it. Anybody else?
Well done, Tammy Vapes, you FAU.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right, Courtney, you want to toss yours out there, love?
Sure, it's in the.
Oh, it is. I'll pop it up for you.
You got it. Okay, quicker hands.
Oh no, I don't. I'm sorry, Frank, because I backed out and came back.
Yeah.
Oh, and I
got you.
That's the Tammy's recipe, guys, in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Frank, can you cut mine up for me?
Yep, I am doing it right now.
Thank you, sir.
Manifest pudding. There you go.
All right. I think it's hilarious that we all worked separately, and the ones, except for Mary Beth, she came up with a completely original idea. We all ended up with custard premium in there. But at any
we all
rate,
copying off each other.
what was that even meaning to?
Well, telekinetically.
Yeah. I made this shit up. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I just wanted some toffee and banana pudding, and they all sounded like they'd go good together, and I had some new flavors I wanted to try. So I was like, screw it. I'm gonna throw a couple of new things in with the old. And I used the custard premium and the cake batter dip and butterscotch ripple and the cream milky undertones. That's all in there to be my pudding. Because I feel like the custard's a little bit thicker in the cake batter dip, and then the butterscotch ripple is still a little thick to pull off a pudding. So that's why I added the milky undertone, just to kind of notch it back down a little. And then I may end up, after it steeps a little bit, adding a tiny bit more banana, because it's kind of subtle, and I don't know how it's going to behave over time.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that banana. I've never tried the shisha banana.
It's a good banana. It's a good banana. Yeah, I could see where you probably need to bump it up to almost 1%. there.
Yeah, I'm letting it
Just
set.
stand up a little
And
bit. But yeah, man, that looks damn good.
Mhm.
And you use cake batter too.
yep, I
Wow.
used it as a sweetener, and it's
Yep.
I don't know, it helps pull it all together and sweeten it up.
Yeah, I can see that being an emulsifier, definitely. Yeah, I think you had a nice picture of it too, didn't you? Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. That right there, that's a winner right there. That just
Well,
looks good.
the whipped creams, it's one of them things. Like I said, I made it up, and then later on, I was like, well, crap, I might want a picture. That was the closest I could find. So that's where that came from.
Yeah, that looks really good. I'm gonna say cake batter dip I gotta get, and shisha banana and the toffee. So what was
I'm
it?
sorry.
Half the recipe. It's okay.
I'm super curious about that shisha banana too. I need to get that. And the
I
toffee.
like it. Yeah, and it stays pretty much the same. It's just I think it might fade a little bit, so I might need to increase it.
Courtney,
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, Ian in chat is saying that Solubarum banana flambe is very good, and Solubarum makes
it's very
very good banana flavorings.
Yeah, I
They
cannot find
Don't
that.
have it yet.
I've been trying to find that flambe.
Bull City.
Do they have it now? They didn't have it last time.
They were out. That's where I got mine.
Oh, I got
They didn't even have it on the list then.
When they
They
first
take them off, I think, when they're out and put them back on when they're back in stock. I think when they're going to be a while before they're going to get back in from the
It could be.
It's good, and you can. The thing about it is, you can. You don't really have a ceiling. You can just go. You can go to 5-6% and make your. And yeah, it's really good. But you definitely get the flambe piece to it. So it's a solid banana. But if you don't want the flambe, then how is that toffee like, Courtney? Is that?
I like it. It's like the missing link to caramels to me. If you want to add a little bit darker, it's the dark notes. It's cool. It's not straight up toffee to me, but it's really close.
Okay, and cool.
The caramel, the darker aspect, like the kind of the brown sugar, the burnt kind of flavor.
Okay.
That's what I use it for.
Cool. All right, we got one person left here. C.
Yeah.
We saved the best for last.
Oh no, it's not the best. Come on. I'm putting in the chat. There we go. So that's my recipe, and I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put Courtney's in chat.
Right. So, I mixed it. I haven't written all the notes on it yet because I've been up until like an hour before the show. I was still changing it. So as you can see, there's a lot of notes on it. So yeah, I mixed that, I think a couple weeks back on Fresh's show. And the first mix, it was pretty similar. I had used FA butterscotch. It's a sticky toffee pudding, and I don't have any pudding flavorings or toffee flavoring. So I tried to go on my own. So the one thing that I had done until then, the first time, was I put coffee in it, which makes it really dark, which is really good because this is what sticky toffee pudding looks like. And as you can see, it's really, really dark. The thing is, so it's supposed to be a sticky, because of the syrup, it's supposed to be a sticky bread. It's a British dessert. And it's supposed to be a sticky pudding that's creamy and at the same time very toffee, so a lot of butterscotch in it. And so I used I had put coffee in it, but it was so strong, the coffee, that the only coffee I had was the FA dark roast, dark bean coffee, and that's all I could taste. So I had to redo it. And in the first one I also had FA butterscotch, but I felt like it was maybe a little too vibrant. I don't know. Anyway, so the pudding is the yellow cake and on its own with butterscotch. The maple pecan gives some more darkness too. And so I didn't have any. It's a date pudding. It has date in it, the fruit date, and I didn't have any date. So I used fig and a little cherry in it to make it to make the fig even darker, give it more dimension. And then the Devon cream and the flavored cream are just making it very well creamy, like a pudding. And the golden syrup is it links everything, and it's very buttery, so it helps. It goes well with the cake. It goes well with the butterscotch. Flavor with butterscotch is, I just mixed it today, the latest version, so it needs a steep. It needs a steep. A good, I put a good 10-day. The butterscotch, usually when you use flavor with butterscotch, most people will want to use flavor with caramel salted to go with it, to like make it more, I don't know, give it more body or whatever. But I thought the golden syrup was doing that already, so I didn't add it because I didn't want like 20 flavorings in it either. But yeah, so
like me and Courtney does.
no, I think I'm at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 already. 8 is good. 10 is good too, but so give it a steep. It's very dark, which is the point. I like maple pecan by Flavor West. I really like it. I think with the golden syrup it goes well. So yeah, it's rich, dark, buttery, and sticky, pretty much. That was what I was trying to do.
Looks good. I mean, looks real good.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the winner, Cecile.
Yeah,
I think this is going to win.
I hope so, because I've been working on it for like 2 weeks. So yeah. So I've got my little bottle here. It's steeping, and I'll tell you next week if it's good. If you guys want to try it, or if Pipa says it looks yummy, so
yeah, you just need to let it. You need to just let it steep a little bit and see how your cakes come out in balance.
Because I like the note that you put in the flavor of cherry. That is just, I mean, it just seems like it's going to help bring it all together. Just give it a little bit more. Little bit. It's a
just
dark,
that drop.
It's a dark recipe, but gives drops. It's a dark recipe, but it gives it that brightness out of a dark wood.
Yeah, I just got
the fig and the cap fig is surprising because cap flavors usually need a lot of it to like be strong. They don't have like a super strong body. They have a good high note, but not a super strong body.
Yes.
And cap fig is actually, it's okay. It's I think FA fig is probably better, but I don't have FA fig, so I did with what I have. But yeah, it works well. You don't need like 5% of it to make it tasty. And I think just to do this dark sticky paste of the date, and maybe it's my imagination making doing the work, but I just thought it was dark and rich and it was gonna work. So yeah, this is how you bend everything and you make a dessert that you don't have anything that goes in it with you, and you just bend everything around.
I think you did a great job. I mean,
thank you. And I did it on the spot too. Like it was really hard. Like I've never, I take my time to mix, and I'm glad like but on Fresh's Saturday show, it's you sit with everybody and you make one, and so yeah. I'm going to let it steep, and I'll be very happy with it later, I think. But for now, that's what I have.
That's why I always put, if I made a recipe for a show and it hasn't got to steep yet, in case somebody mixes it, says like, hey, this is not necessarily my finest work. I don't know yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also, I don't know if the people asking me are here, but I got a few messages between all the flavors and ELR to ask if I could put my recipes on eliquid recipes website, and I've started. I've put the first of my 3. I still have like 2 or 3 to put on, but yeah, I'm putting them on.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's where I started first, and I put my good stuff on all the flavors.
Yeah.
It's ones I know are going to be winners. At least I'm confident are going to be winners. They've been tested and all that. Then I'll put them up on there. Because all the flavors can get critical if you put some garbage out on there. They're gonna have you. They're gonna hurt your feelings if you're sensitive.
So I did one more recipe. I can share if you want.
Oh yeah, please do.
So once again, trying to come after pudding without using a pudding or custard. So this is persimmon, which I just love persimmon, and I just wanted to use it. So for the creamy base, I used a new flavor by Wonder Flavors, the flan, which is sort of like a creamy jelly, kind of gelatinous sort of base with a caramel back note, and the pistachio cream to add a little bit of nuttiness. And I love this pistachio cream. It's really a great flavor. It has kind of a roasted nut finish to a nice full-bodied cream. So those two together kind of created the base for this. And with the persimmon, I just added a little bit of apricot. Well, not a little bit, a little more than a little bit, but I added some apricot to kind of really pull in some of that peach candy, sweet peachy note that you can get from a persimmon. And then for a little bit of flavor, just a little bit of French vanilla, and then some marzipan for the back note as well for the finish, because it was kind of flat a little bit. And so that sweetness kind of pops at the end for me and helps support the roasted nut. And so it's really tasty. I was actually kind of surprised, and it's pretty good off the shake. And which is kind of what I wanted. I kind of wanted a creamy, kind of full-bodied mouth pudding that could be easily a shake and vaping, but really is best at about 3 days. So that's out there too. There you go.
Yeah, was that flan? Yeah, that flan, that's very much caramel based, isn't it? The
flan, yeah. I mean, flan is mostly going to be topped with a caramel sauce over kind of a vanilla. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You guys I'm just going to have to go on like Wizard Labs, just order all 22 in one bulk and just be done with it. And just, even though Wizard Labs won't take Discover
that's
card.
That's what I did, and then I got in trouble.
I'm going to get a few.
Yeah, I'll end up getting, well, I only have literally 18 Wonder Flavors. That's it. So it's just like, yeah, I need to get a bunch of them because I want to do a show on Wonder Flavors one of these weeks. Maybe get to that next month. Once, maybe once more of us get well, I know some of you guys already have a large collection of Wonder Flavors, but the rest of us to catch up a little bit.
I only ordered like half of them, so I still need to order some more of the new ones.
I guess there's 100 and change, I guess, is the total line, because that's what Alan Gorby got. He said he got a little over 100. Yeah, he received a little over 100 from the giveaway. What's that?
I have them all, but one or two for the Wonder Flavors. I was counting them.
I figure if Wonder Flavors runs low, they probably call you for backup.
Yeah, I had one more pudding recipe that I made a while back. I put it in the Zoom chat if you want to talk about it or not.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Coming up on our hour. Yeah, the water game.
I like cafe marzipan. Like 90 minutes. I think it's good. Yeah, I can see that she hates it. I think this recipe is killer. Actually, I cannot wait to have persimmon to make it. This looks really good.
Yeah, it's good. It's tasty.
Yeah, I know you're happy with it. Yeah, I know you're happy with it, Mary Beth, because you showed me. But yeah, it's.
Here you go.
What is that?
You have a review on this, Courtney. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. It's that older one.
Great.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
Well, show the yes.
Okay, you want to go right to the recipe? Okay.
Right.
Yes, show the rest of the recipe.
This is one I actually did use a pudding flavor in, though. And I used the pudding and the pistachio to make the pudding base. And then I used one-on-one marshmallows to add the marshmallow to the dessert, and the cream milky undertone kind of pulls it all together. And then the Anywhere pineapple is really pineapple forward and for the first few days. But if you're this isn't one that you want to let set for a long time, though. It starts to turn like more nutty if it sits for a while.
Does the pineapple go away?
Yes, it's another reason. It will if you let it sit for a long time. That pineapple will fade.
The pineapple goes and the pistachios there are prominent. That's what you're saying,
I
right?
see.
Yeah, I'm saying this is one of those rare recipes that I've made that it's better if you like 3 days, let it set, and then pick it up and vape it within the first month, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Right, so make a 30 and finish that and make another one.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but it's better fresher, if you know what I mean. But of course, I had to learn that the hard way too.
It's really, maybe it's the pineapple here, but I find that marshmallows are like that. Like if you really want a marshmallow forward recipe, then you have to like vape it right away. It doesn't age well at all.
Yeah. It tastes, to me anyways, and a couple of people that have tried it tastes like that dessert if you've ever had it. And I'm one of those weirdos that really loves that dessert. So I wanted to make it.
I love pistachios. It's just gorgeous. It's just my favorite nut. But it's hard. Like it's TPA pistachio. It tastes like cherry.
And see, if you've ever had the pudding that I'm talking about that I made it from, that this dessert's made from, it's a lot like that. It's got pistachio nuts in it, but it does have that little bit of a not real nut flavor to it. But I like that in that pudding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. That's exactly what it's like too. I'm going to mix this one up today because I have all the flavors and I absolutely adore that profile.
I still need to get that TPA pistachio. The only pistachio I have is Flavora, and it's really, really strong. Here, I'll go ahead and I will get.
No, TPA is perfect for that too. It's a perfect pistachio, and you can push it up to 4 to 6%. Yep, you can push it up. It works well in there.
And then marshmallow vanilla, I like using that as a sweetener a lot of times.
Yep.
One from 101.
Yep.
Here, I'm hitting the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've checked the score earlier. The Patriots are killing the Chargers 35-7 at halftime. Anybody's looking. Yeah, a lot of people, if you came in late, you see the Nightbot's been activated, and there's a GoFundMe out there. A friend of mine, his mother and stepfather were murdered, and we're trying to raise money for the funeral. So there's a GoFundMe set up by another coworker, and anybody that donates every $5, just like we did before, I'll throw the email in the chat, daytimefrank@gmail.com, and give you a chance to, don't really have a whole lot of prizes going on yet, but we're going to talk about also this evening on Overdose Vapes. And I know he has a few things and he's going to throw in, and I'm going to get some coils in there. I'm going to throw together a couple 120 mils of juice. Your Nick level, unless you're overseas, then I'll send it with 0 Nick. Unless you're Canada, we can still ship Nick. But just a little something. It's nothing crazy. Just want to try to help out a friend, and I think they've gotten about $3,000 so far. Last I saw, so they're getting there slowly.
Yeah, I just went and donated. It was around 32, something like that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so and when I saw the list of the people that donated, a lot of them were coworkers anyway. So I'm going to get mine in there. After I'll do this, and then we'll see where we're at, and then I'll throw some on top of that. But yeah, it's an unfortunate situation. He's, actually he had just put a thing up on Facebook. He's a big dude, big strong guy, real protector of his family, and he wasn't able to in this case, and he's really having trouble with it. And I figured this way, at least, and he is a vapor as well, so it's not like, he's actually one of the ones that I turned to when I first started, and now he asks me a lot of questions, especially about eliquid and stuff like that, since he doesn't mix. But yeah, just another way for the community to show some love. Mike, basically, I'm going to let it run today. We'll let it run next week, and just do it next. We'll throw something out there. We'll do it next week. It's not going to be a long, drawn-out thing, because I know they need it for the funeral and stuff like that. I'm not quite sure. Fortunately, I haven't done that for a while. Fortunately, it's a plan a funeral. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Yeah, because I don't know any situation, anything about, any type of their life insurance policies or anything like that. No one's really talked about any of that. So since this came up, I don't want to assume that there wasn't any or anything, but it's just a little something to help out, show some love.
Yeah, well, even if there was, he's probably going to need some time off from work to cope with it.
Yeah.
So anything would help.
And he just came back to work here. He tried his hand at being an owner operator for a year, and it didn't work out. And he literally just came back first of the year. Came back working for us, and he worked for us before for 5 years, 6 years, probably about 6 years. And then 2018 decided to do something different, just to give it a shot because he'd never done it before. And the company he was leased on to, it didn't work out for him. I'll just leave it at that. So I'm sure he probably didn't have a whole lot of money saved up anyway. He was trying to get back on his feet from that business venture.
Yeah. Ouch.
All right. Awesome, Mike. Shipping RDA. Nice. Appreciate that, Mike.
Nice, Mike. Vaping trucker.
Yeah, make sure you're subbed to a real vaping trucker, because he does some great interviews. I heard he did one with some Aussie lately that, I think it might have been Eileen.
I think it was Eileen. I'm hoping it's Eileen. We'll get some good booze cocktail discussions finally.
Yes. And all the little hot spots down there, all the little, maybe the brothels and everything that are in Australia. We can learn about them.
Easy now. Easy.
Speaking of subscribing and all of that, hit that like button, guys. Subscribe, hit the bell to make sure you get notified. It helps us.
Yeah, and sometimes people will actually get a notification. Every once in a while, YouTube will actually do it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you'll have the notification.
Yeah.
So what's the vlog blog doing next? Who you got next on your hit list, vlog blog? You
want
to
know.
know.
Curious about that, yeah.
Want to know. The people are asking.
I like the vlog blog.
They want to know what mixer do we need to look forward to?
They're out there. They're back on. They started with their shows. There are a couple already up. I saw. They look good.
He's going. Oh, just question marks. Oh, maybe it's a secret. Okay.
Secret.
He's playing hard to get. Don't play hard to get. We know your deal.
If you're not subbed to them guys, I don't know what you're doing, because besides the rest of the mixer reviews, they're fun and they do a nice job with them. But a couple times a week they have, just straight up flavor, not just flavor profile, but
you need to see vlog blog. All right.
But they literally have. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
They'll break down an individual flavor straight up, like not just their whole profile, but one individual flavor. So if you watch that, that video for the 15-20 minutes they have it on,
those are useful too.
Absolutely, you'll learn a ton from them. Yeah, Shisha Vanilla Show, like Mike was saying, that was. Yeah, I learned a lot from that one, and having Liam on there, that was interesting. Having a different face on there.
Yeah,
they're short and they're good, just right.
Yeah, they're not, because I have attention deficit. If it's more than 15 minutes, I'm gone.
Who has more than 15 minutes for YouTube, unless it's alive and you're like in the chat, talking to people.
Yeah.
So seriously, it's those are great. I just discovered them because Mary Beth told me, and I really like them. So.
And then I've been taking those shows and kind of distilling them into notes and putting them on the DIY Down Under website.
Yeah, which is cool too.
Yeah, that is great.
Oh, there he coughed it up.
If there was something that you're looking for, or a note that you're looking for, like you're like, oh, what was that? How did they use that cap?
There you go.
I've captured that in the notes as well. So I'm working on it. I'm getting there,
You're doing great, Mary Beth.
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. There's so many. Especially with all the, we'll just wrap it up here with some advocacy. There's a possible federal flavor ban.
Yep.
Look, it's what HR. Basically, HR. We're going to go get fucked. What the hell is it?
Whichever it is, it means advocate people.
Yes.
Go for support your association. Because what is it? blowing whatever.
Not blowing smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, not blowing smoke. All those people.
Not blowing smoke.
Yeah, HR 293.
I think even
exactly.
more important. I mean, I think it is important. Thank you. I think that's important because when you contact your local representatives and you're going to want to do that.
We've lost her.
You're going to federal ban? Is it me? Am I talking? No.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you need to be able to also have conversations on the local level to your local your state representatives because they're the ones that are voting on this, right?
Yes.
So, well, it's important to go ahead and keep going and support advocacy groups, but you need to be writing letters and having a constant conversation with your local state representatives because they're the ones that are going to vote. And you're the one that have the voting power for their placement in the state. They need to know that this is an issue that's important to you and it makes a difference. So yeah, that's all important, going to CASA and doing all that. But if you're not letting your local representatives understand, then that's a loss, and you need to be able to do that. That's important.
I think there's even a place you can text. I'm not sure, but I think there's a place you can text and it will tell you who's your local representative and who you can write to and send emails to. I don't exactly have that text number, but
I think if you go on the CASA website, they actually have a link to
that.
it there.
Yeah.
Yes,
they do. They absolutely do. You can go through them and you can put in your state and you can find out who your local representatives are. And I follow my local representatives on Instagram and barrage them there occasionally. And
Twitter, guys.
Yep.
You want to do politics? Go on Twitter.
Yep. I was just going to say that, Cecile. Thank you. 100% follow them. They all have accounts. Oh, yeah. So.
And they watch them. They do, because social media is very important to politicians these days. They will see your messages.
Yeah, they absolutely will. Okay, yeah, 50409. Type in resist. Exactly.
Resist.
Great job, Addie.
Well, Addie, if anybody knows advocacy, it's Addie Tooney.
Yeah.
Another spin on advocacy that doesn't get talked about enough is we see a lot of these articles that are being printed or basically put on websites now because nobody prints anything anymore. There's barely any newspapers, but you see where it's just the blatant lies that they're putting out there. And you get these doctors, which I got to question where they actually got their degree. I'm thinking of somewhere down in like Mexico or something, or they bought it at Walmart and they just got a frame for it. But you'll see where they put these stories out there, and there's irresponsible journalism, and I think they need to be called out on it. You know, the doctor herself that's claiming
I read
garbage.
Some of the stuff you sent me yesterday, and
that one from Kenosha, Wisconsin, that was a disgrace. I about blew the top of my head off reading that. I was so angry over that article. That was one that Greg Conley had put up, and also I think Dimitri had put it up. As a Vaping Greek, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Talking about this doctor who is a cardiologist, he's not even a pulmonologist, basically saying that keep smoking because your lungs are going to heal. And that smoking's safer than vaping. And throwing the old school bullshit out there that we haven't heard for 7-8 years, lipid pneumonia and all this crap. I'm like, really? We're going retro here. We're going back. I mean,
What do they think you do when you have a vape? A nebulizer machine. You're okay because that's the doctor. That's okay.
You're vaping it.
Exactly.
Oh, so here we go. Long Island News Day. Yeah, they're saying there's still antifreeze and
let's say one thing though. You can be a doctor from Mexico and be a very good doctor. Yes. It's not because those person had their degree in Mexico that it's bad. It's because they're influenced, and definitely by money. And science is influenceable. And unfortunately, it's, you can turn hypotheses and theories around the way it interests you. Mm-hmm. And politicians are very good at that. So don't believe everything you read or you hear, especially on the internet, especially on Twitter. Although go fight on Twitter, but everything you read on Facebook is not true. So just
exactly.
Just be informed, educated, and then go fight for your rights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I
back
think
to the nebulizer.
Well said.
yes.
Well
Yeah. Go
said.
ahead, Courtney.
Yeah.
Isn't it sulfuric acid, which is technically found in batteries, is also in the albuterol sulfate solution? I'm pretty sure I have the right chemical, but you don't see anybody jumping on that. And guess what they give you when you have pneumonia? Somebody who's had it for years off and on with asthma. I get nebulizer treatments every time I get pneumonia. So it's like, really, people, are you kidding me with this?
Yeah,
Vaping
yeah,
is gonna give us
Grim said.
pneumonia.
Yeah,
I mean, the
Einstein.
double standard is ridiculous. I mean, when you just, like when you see those things about nicotine, when nicotine is exactly the same as like caffeine is. But anyway, I mean, like, and even if children are vaping, it's not it. I mean, wouldn't it be better if they were vaping than smoking cigarettes or smoking weed or, I mean, all those things are regulate nicotine, but what's the point of banning flavors?
There is no point.
The hypocrisy is in the double standard is very hard. I mean, do you see them banning, I don't know, raspberry Smirnoff?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
cake vodka.
Well,
yeah.
Here's the reason why they want to ban flavors, because picture a dragon. Take the slayed dragon, you're going to cut off the head. The head is the flavors, and the rest of it's going to die. So that's why they're going after the flavors.
That's what they're hoping for, yes.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying really hard to do here. And like I said, we have all the the flavored liquors out there that you can't tell me that Swedish Fish flavored Pinnacle vodka is not child appealing.
Yeah.
But of course they say that Swedish Fish flavored eliquid is child appealing. Double standard? Anybody?
Yeah.
Well,
Governor Cuomo was trying to ban flavors but legalize marijuana.
I mean, when are they going to buy energy drinks?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people are having heart attacks because of the taurine and all the things that are in energy drinks? They're dangerous and they're child appealing.
Yep. And my children are why I got into it, Cecil.
Yeah.
I might be
it's all right. You're fine. That's fine.
My husband and my kids used to smoke and they started vaping. And I don't have nicotine in mine because I saw the difference that it made in their health. They don't hack and cough like they used to. They can breathe when they walk for a while. And I thought, if I can keep them in this affordably and keep them away from the cigarettes, I'm gonna. And so I grabbed one and started tasting my own mixes, and I love it. I mean, I know that's bass backwards, but my heart was in it for my family, and we've gotten my mother-in-law and father-in-law are not smoking now either. A couple of my in-laws, brother and sisters. Mm-hmm. So it still works. That's great.
Yeah,
it works. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a case in point right there. I do when I'm working out of my terminal during the week, I probably walk 15 miles over the course of a week. Walking and getting cars. And before I would wake up in the morning, hacking, coughing crap up and everything, wheezing, walking in the yard, have to stop, take a break and stuff like that. Now I usually have this in my pocket while I'm walking to get the cars. I'm taking a few pulls until I get to the car and everything, drive the car back, throw it on the truck and do it all over again, 9 more times. And I don't miss a beat now. I mean, before, you're dragging and, your energy level's down and you can't breathe. And it sucked. I mean, and I saw that it was, it was going to be the end of me, sooner than later. And
that's what's so shocking with all of this that's happening in the States from an outside point of view. My thought is regulate nicotine. Yes, because there's no need to have 50 milligrams salt nic in a jewel pod. There's no need for that. No. 20 milligrams is plenty enough. Regulate the nicotine, but don't take away the thing that saves people's lives. Yeah. Like if you're invested in, and even just in a prevention way of, preventing tobacco illnesses, they cost enormously to your health. To the health organization in America. I mean, tobacco related illness are very expensive, and getting people to vape is a lot cheaper and a lot more efficient to prevent death and illness. And it's crazy to see that people go so hard after flavors, but not just regulate nicotine if that's what you want to be tough on. Like, you want to make sure people don't get addicted or don't overuse nicotine, then regulate your nicotine and just let vaping be something that saves people's lives. I mean, at least, in Europe, those little 10 milliliter bottles are really annoying. And, when you mix nicotine for people and you make it 60 mil and you have to get 4 of those little shots that have nicotine in it so that you can put in the bottle. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but you know what? It works. People don't overuse nicotine. And at the same time, they keep vaping. They keep getting off the cigarettes and staying alive. And I think that's what matters. Well,
when I first started hearing about the TPD, I'm thinking, oh my God, this is terrible. But now looking at what
it's not,
TPD has and their PMTA process and the fees that go with the PMTA process in the UK and other parts of Europe compared to what they want to do
it's
here.
It's reasonable.
Exactly. I think what I heard from an eliquid manufacturer in the UK, I think it was for them to come out with a new flavor and go through the PMTA process, it was $100 roughly.
Yeah,
and here they want $250,000 for it, the same exact thing. And right now, I think it's less than 1% of all applications for the PMTA process in the United States has been actually approved. They've given up and they've withdrawn their application, or the FDA kicked it back.
Yep. Exactly.
And I think, and they were all closed systems, the ones that were actually approved. And I think we see more and more of that now with, Altria owning a large stake in Juul.
Yeah.
Say, it's not a majority. It's not a majority stake. It's 35%. Well, how many other investors?
That's enough.
They may actually have the highest stake.
They don't even need more.
They don't say who actually owns the other 65%. If it's one person or if it's 65 other people, then they're the big dog.
They are.
All they have to do is have more than anybody else in that company, and they have controlling interest.
If that hadn't given them enough power, they would have gone for the 50%.
Yeah,
35 was enough to be the first, shareholders.
Yeah, and people are angry that Juul sold out to Big Tobacco. If I was Juul, I would do the same damn thing. You know why? And I know people are going to kill me for this, but let me explain it. All right, they have the FDA up their ass, breaking their balls every chance they get. They're not allowed to do anything anymore. They have, their flavors are taken out of, convenience stores where smokers that are trying to quit now will never see them unless they actively go into a vape shop.
But they asked for it though. 50 milligram pods.
Well, yeah,
go vape on a 50 milligram pod, and when you get high, it gets you high. Go on 35 milligram, and you get a buzz.
Oh, I agree.
Why is Juul not having 0 milligram pods? First of all, second of all, why don't they have a 15 or a 20 milligram? Why 50? Who needs 50 milligrams of nicotine?
I agree with you there.
Nobody does.
My point.
And kids get high on that.
Why don't they?
And that's and you know what? Juul is responsible for that. It's not an epidemic or whatever the fuck they want to call it.
Yeah, it's not.
But 50 milligrams of nicotine
is going to give you a buzz.
It's going to get you high when you're 15 or 16 or even 30. It gets you high, and that's why they do it. That's why they Juul. They Juul because it's cheaper than buying weed. And because 50 milligram of nicotine will get you high just as well.
And it's also easier to hide from your parents.
It's easier to get.
Like candy instead of a cigarette. So it's not as easy to detect.
And it tastes good.
Yes. And here's my thing, though. Now they're already hooked on this nicotine. So all these kids that they're blaming this, taking it away from us on, what do they think they're magically going to quit and not switch to cigarettes? You're kidding yourself. If you think
totally.
Well, the FDA wants to give them
why isn't there a pod with 0 in it? Why isn't there a pod with 0 in it? Why not? And it should be cheaper. And it should, because nicotine is what makes liquids expensive. There should be a cheap Juul pod that has 0 milligram nicotine in it First of all. Second of all, their average pod should have no more than 20. Like 50 will get it. When I vape a 50 milligram, I can't breathe. I start coughing, and like one hit, and I'm like, whoo.
Hey, Ian made a good point. He said Juul's a business, and they want to keep using,
and they want users to come back and get addicted, and that's
that's the exact point. And my bone of contention is that with every other thing in vaping, we have the ability to go from 12 to 6 to 3 to 0.
Step down, yeah.
This is hurting the industry.
And you can do that in a way over time that's self-regulated, and most people do that. But Juul has no intention on creating an out. There's no clear step down, even for a smoker, even for someone that wants to transition. And with salt nicks, they hit you. It hits you hard. There's no easy way to
Mary Beth,
out.
You've got it.
And that's the thing that upsets me the most here, because frankly, I do think the Juul is probably the most effective methodology to transition smokers. I think it is easy.
Pods are easy.
It's easy. It works.
It's everywhere.
It's accessible. Well, it had been accessible.
Yeah.
And so for an actual
gas station still has the flavors.
A tobacco method, one of the best out there.
You're right. And they do two things though. They get you off cigarettes, and they make sure you stay on Juul.
Correct. That's exactly right.
That's the problem.
That is
and
exactly right.
It's hurting the vaping industry. At least in the US. Very much
in-laws, I forgot to mention that my in-laws have not only given up cigarettes, but they don't even have any nicotine in their juice anymore. I haven't added nicotine to their juice for a couple months now.
Isn't that the natural way of vaping? It's
that's 40 years smokers. 40 years smoking.
Yeah. And if you want to keep 2 or 3 milligrams of nicotine, I mean, nicotine is not bad for you at such level. It's actually good for brain disease, and it's not a bad, like, nicotine is not a bad thing. Just like, your doctor is going to tell you, okay, you got to take it easy with the coffee. It's the same thing. And
but it should be your choice whether you want it in there or not. Like you're saying, then that's my point. If you want it, it's there.
Exactly.
Not.
That's why I like this thing in Europe that we have, is that we have those short fill bottles, because people can go to the store and they can buy, a 60 like this, but in the 60, there's only going to be 50 or 45 milliliters of juice, and it's 0 milligram. It's less expensive than it used to be. People can open it and dump what we call nicotine boosters in it, and I mean, let's face it, the max they can do in something like this is 3 or 6. It's 3 or 6 milligram, but people do it. I mean, there's a lot of people who are fine with that, and some of those people don't even put nicotine in it anymore because it's separate. It's another step, and do they really need it? They like to vape. They like the gesture. It's an oral fixation. It feels nice. It's it works for them, and that's it. You don't have to vape nicotine just because you're vaping. I don't vape nicotine, and I enjoyed vaping a lot.
I do too.
Yeah, I do it for the flavor. I like the flavor.
There you go.
I do too.
And
it helps
here's
me
a thought.
chill, relax, not snack, all those things.
Exactly. And that's one of my points I made when I filled out my thing to the FDA was that, okay, if I'm vaping my desserts, is diabetes not also on the rise? Is that also not a side epidemic? And if I can have my snacks in a vape instead of increasing my overall sugary, is that not a good thing too?
It's a great thing.
An argument for no zero. People who say zero is pointless. Oh, I beg to differ because I crave sweets like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing that in New Jersey, where because nicotine uses are taxed by the ml, so what stores are doing are selling you 0 bottles of your e-juice of choice, and then giving you a nic shot.
So you're only being taxed on
I'm only taxed on 2 versus 120 or 60 ml.
Exactly.
So you're seeing that happen just naturally because the states are pushing it, which I think is a great thing, actually.
Regulate nicotine leave flavor alone.
Well, they're taxing the nicotine. They're not regulating it. They're taxing, which becomes
it's a regulation.
Yeah. True, but I mean, they're not limiting how much or what or how you sell it or
but they're taxing it.
But they're taxing it. So inherently,
that's smart.
The stores are smart. They're like, we're getting our money, man. We're helping you out as the consumer. Come here, we'll give you a nic shot.
Yeah, they've been doing that here for the last couple of years in North Carolina because we have a 5 cent a milliliter tax, and people just don't even want to pay that. So they'll have not necessarily a short pour, but they'll have 0 nic bottles, and then you just and they'll tell you like they have the little shots, and they'll tell you how to do it.
Yep.
They're not allowed to.
That's what we do in Europe. That's what we do in Europe.
Yeah, short pours. Yeah.
Yeah. So we call them short fills. Mm-hmm. So just but it's incredibly like hypocritical what's happening in the US right now. Because it's not about saving people's life or saving children.
No, because there were kids smoking. I'm in my 40s, and we had plenty of high school smokers that were underage when I was a kid. My 14-year-old, no matter how many times I grounded him, would come home with them. Okay, and I would ground him, and people would still get them to him. This is not something new. What's new is the tobacco company losing money from it.
Yeah, that's what's new. I started smoking. I was 14 in boarding school, and it's forbidden to sell cigarettes to underage kids here. I washed my clothes. I used some mouth spray. My mom knew, and no matter how many times she told me not to do it, or she said I'm not going to give you any pocket money anymore, whatever happened, I was smoking. And that was it.
Yep.
Both of my parents smoked, so it was easier for me to hide it, at least so I thought, because
they couldn't smell it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was stuck to the walls, it was stuck to the rooms everywhere.
And my mom was incredibly non-smoking, and she smelled it like I was in so much trouble.
That's how I taught my son. His clothes, when I'd wash them when he come home from a friend's house, would reek and smoke. I'm like, oh, you are so grounded. And I would even call his friends' parents and tell him, you need to knock the crap off. Stop buying this for my kid.
Yeah.
And he would
it was horrible. It was horrible. And
guys, we're coming up on 3:30.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. I'm just looking. We've been keeping the same number of people watching. So we'll go. Well, let's keep on rolling with it.
Yeah, everybody likes it.
Hanging out.
Yeah,
but it is 3:30, so we're gonna try and get out of here. But so you can find me, McModRN, on all the flavors and ELR, and check me out on DIY Down Under. They've got a lot of good stuff going on over there on the web and the YouTube and Instagram, and a lot of good information, a lot of good ways to get it. And they try and make it simple for you over there. Pippa does a great job. Yeah. So how about you, Court? Where can people find you?
I pop into random shows, but this one's some. And then, but my homepage is really Flavor Pro on Wednesdays. I missed every now and then there too, because I just do sometimes.
Life happens.
Things over my head too. And
I'm a Jennifer Jarvis fangirl. I'll admit it.
I was too, and that's how come I started talking.
Really?
She's hot and she's smart.
I'm always so intimidated. Like once in a while, I'll drop a line in in her Discord channel, and I'll be like saying something, and then I just disappear. I know.
She floored me when she asked me to join. I'm like, me? What on earth are you thinking? And then of course you guys, I'm here some, and just.
Well, we love having you, Courtney. We hope you come whenever you want. You just come on in.
I love you guys too.
You're a joy. Tam, what about you, love? You heifer, you. Where can we find you? My favorite heifer.
Oh my gosh, I am everywhere. Don't I always say that?
Mm-hmm.
I am at DIY. What? DIY Down Under. You can catch me there in the Discord. Come hang out with us. We are on live. What do you want to call it? Live Discord chat.
The voice chat. Yeah.
Isn't it funny I do this like we're talking on the phone?
But we're on icon.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, who actually
We don't
does
do
this
that
anymore?
anymore.
Who does voice anymore?
It has that old phone icon though. On it.
I love the phone thing, Tammy. You're awesome.
At least you're not dialing still.
Right?
So just get on the Discord, call us up.
That's great.
We're aging ourselves
I'm
again.
old. Oh my god.
It's all
So
right.
anyway, yeah.
You're still amazing, Tammy.
There.
You're amazing. You're not old.
Oh my god.
I hope not, since we're the same age. I mean,
Yeah, we're all about the
I
same.
know we're the same age. So watch out, yeah. And I hang out in there and a few other places I hang out, but I'm here.
Well,
and
in
I'm
Jennifer
on-
Jarvis Discord. What's the name
I'll
of it?
hang out
Courtney?
there a
Flavor
lot.
Pro.
It's Flavor Pro.
It's Flavor Pro. Yeah.
Flavor Pro Chit Chat. I'll hang out in there because the Aussies are sleeping.
Yes. And also because they're really smart people over there.
Yeah. Well,
I don't chat as much as I should, and that I admit, which is bad. But I get in the morning, I drink my coffee and I talk way too much. So I've started exiling myself
she does.
for a while.
She starts telling life secrets and stuff and in the chat. So come hang out in Discord and just join all of them, and you can learn all about Demented Courtney.
Yeah, you
And
learn
all
all.
of her
Yes.
secrets.
But
Courtney's awesome.
it's not really a secret. That's the thing. I'll tell you anything about myself, but here's the beauty of it. If you do that,
But we
people
have a
can't
good
use it
time.
against you. It loses its power.
That's right.
Yeah.
So-
all the dirty laundry is being just out there for the world.
But now I have this new thing on my phone, and I'm not real sure what to do with it. But it's the fog vlog thing.
The
I'm not
WhatsApp,
real
yeah.
The WhatsApp.
The WhatsApp.
and-
I love WhatsApp. WhatsApp's awesome.
yeah. So
I know.
so
I converted all of you to WhatsApp. I'm very proud.
Yeah, and then
I
I'm
even
like,
converted
everybody's
Fresh to
mango.
WhatsApp. He sent me a super
mango,
awesome
so-
photo of Montana today.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
So yeah, anyway, that's me. But I'm Tam Vapes, Instagram, all
Discord.
the flavors in ELR, and
Okay.
Discord. Yes, Tam Vapes, just everywhere. Anywhere you want to find me, that's me. Except I am on. What's the other channel? But I don't ever log into that, so forget it. Okay, let's go.
All right. We got that squared away. Hey, Cecile, what about you, love? Where can we find you?
So the main place you want to find me at is Instagram. It's Queer Your Vape. So it's easy to find me. I do reviews for gear. I also do, recipes, juice. And I do advocacy for LGBTQ plus and for vaping. And also mostly for LGBTQ plus into vaping. So, I do that. I'm on Discord. I'll be mostly in the DIY Down Under chat. And, well, I like to hang out in Flavor Pro, but I don't say much because I'm always very intimidated over there. Anyway, I'm on Fresh's show. I'm on Fresh Saturday show. So you can find me there every week. And I'm here with the lovely Mary Beth and Frank. I don't do Facebook. I have a Facebook page. So if you guys want to go like that, you can. It's Queer Your Vape as well. But you will not find me on Facebook. It's not my spot. So yeah, Instagram. I've got a Twitter, but I'm not super active on it so far. So I mean, I'm a little bit, but anyway, it's Queer Your Vape everywhere on all the flavors. And I'm starting to put all my recipe on ELR. So it's Queer Your Vape as well. And funnily enough, I really don't have any problem picking that name in places.
That's good.
I guess, it is what it is. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, Fresh, Dayton Frank, Instagram. Go on Instagram. Just if you guys need to talk about anything, if you want to get a hold of me, go on Instagram. Whether it's an LGBT safe space, I will say it every time. If you guys need to talk about something sensitive, whatever it is, I am tomb, and I will keep all of your secrets. No problem. That's how it works.
Awesome. Awesome. You do great work, Cecile. I appreciate having
I
you.
cannot promise that, and neither can I.
No, I promise.
So usually I'm good, but if you catch me, I have been in chronic pain for
During
decades.
coffee time.
And now if I'm in pain, I lose my filter. It's like when you're getting over the flu we were just talking about before the show, and you're not quite feeling good yet, and you have a shorter fuse. I've been like that for a couple decades, and then if I'm sick on top of it, it's just gone. And I'm sorry, but it's part of who I am.
That's right.
I don't like it either.
That's like me first thing in the morning. If I have not had my coffee yet, I am a dick. Straight up. Someone could look at me crossways, and I'm ready to fight if I haven't had that first cup of coffee. Once I get that in me, I'm lovable DTF. I'm just like, like I always am. But before I get that coffee in me, I'm an asshole. I'll flat tell you. There's no Beth won't even look at me until I have coffee in me.
I try not to be, but sometimes if I get angry, I can get sucked in.
Well, it used to be coffee. It used to be coffee and a cigarette, but now it's just a coffee. So there you go.
Well, you guys all had your fill of advocacy for today.
Well,
absolutely.
Yeah. I got my anger out.
Yes.
He caught me on the phone the other day before I had I couldn't get the key to unlock my vape room. And what happened?
Did you kick the door in?
I was kidding. I was out of juice in my squawkers and stuff, and I was getting angry. Oh my gosh.
I'll take that dry hit. I just need to get a little bit.
Courtney's like, do you want me to let you go? I'm like, yeah, let me let you go. I got to find the key to my vape room. Oh my gosh, because I was going nuts.
We lost Mary Beth.
We did. We are over our time.
Yeah, she's just screwed us.
Where can we know where to find Frank, right?
Yeah, you can find me everywhere. This week, if you see me somewhere between Houston and the Mexican border, you may actually find me with like one Volvo left in my truck. If you want it, you can have it.
Did we ask Courtney where we can find her? I don't remember.
Yeah, you're slacking.
Yeah, everybody's good.
I'll go back to sleep.
You all take care of yourself, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you later.